Hi folks. True to the case in general, the Rudy interview was a bit wild, wasn't it? It felt a bit off to me. Lots of mixed comments were coming in on it. The comments were very interesting and maybe worth noting there's a difference in opinion between people who have suffered abuse and people who have not. So I want to be careful here, and I tried to take a bit of time to get my thoughts in order, but I'm not sure that worked. It did feel off, like the first interview that we seen with Janie, similar feeling. Why does it feel so off? I don't know. And I didn't comment too much really when watching it live. I didn't want to say anything that I regretted in a few hours. Rudy is not mentally challenged like some people thought. We knew that. But I do think he is mentally stunted. He kind of reminds me of two young men I know, mid-20s, who are a bit stunted. I'm not an expert. This is my non-expert opinion. But one of them had a traumatic event, a family member murder another family member in his early teens, and the other just took a lot of drugs. And I think Rudy kind of has both those things. Not that he witnessed a family member murder another family member that we know of, but he apparently was at the scene when his brother died, and his father died shortly before that. So a combination of everything. I get it. I get why he is a bit stunted. I do believe it is something he can get out of, though, just with the right people around and the right support. I also think he was high in that interview. I hope it was just weed. Even at that though, probably not the best thing to be self-medicating with like that at this time. I also think getting high may be a reason why he is staying with this friend rather than family and the aunts. I could be wrong on that, I'm just pulling that out of nowhere. But I just have a feeling that that's a reason. Because I was kind of confused. Why didn't he go with his extended family till he gets himself sorted? Why does he want to stay with this friend? And I think that's a reason. So I definitely think he was high on something. He was rambling a lot, going on tangents, strange things. I'm not an expert, but a person with Stockholm Syndrome does not tell you after 3 days of leaving their captor that they have Stockholm Syndrome. Someone has put that in Rudy's head. Here, this is what you should say, or else, and probably more likely, Rudy has been watching videos about himself online and got it from that. Be careful with that algorithm, Rudy, yeah? There was parts of the interview that sounded like a kind of a teenager moaning that they don't want to clean their room. It just had that vibe. And at times, when watching it, I was like, geez, how complicit is Rudy in all of this? He was 18 when he went missing. If they charge Janie, they probably have to charge him. There's definitely some stuff he is holding back and other stuff that he might be lying about, but I don't know what. One big thing though that makes me think this is all on Janie is lying about the age. If Rudy was a part of all this, if Rudy just wanted to go chill in his room and get high for 8 years, it would be a lot better to say that he is 18 and not 17. That makes a big difference. Why would you do that? It has to be for attention and sympathy. And Rudy got none of that. That was all for Janie. Like, it's a sad fact, but a 17-year-old child going missing will get a lot more attention than an 18-year-old man, even if there's a week of a difference between the age. Unfortunately, there has to be a cut-off somewhere, and that's the cut-off that will get you onto missing kids websites. And it will also be wrote about a lot differently in the media. And looking for attention seems to be the primary motive for me. It doesn't seem to be money. I know Janie made money. She's probably going to face charges down the road for it. But I don't think we're talking about 100 grand range here. It's more like 10k. I don't know what she did with the money, because she never seems to have any. The extended family were paying electricity and gas bills when their mother was living there, so if Janie was making all this money, I don't know where it's gone. And I think the primary motivation factor for all of this was just attention. You can see that on Facebook with all these crazy profiles and mental lies. So despite Rudy's weird kind of explanation as to how this all started, I got a parking fine or something, I don't think it was his idea, surely not. He used to stay in his room with the door locked when family members were over. He used to chat to people online. At one stage during the rant, he said he was working, he had a job, which I have no other information on. I find it hard to believe he's able to hold down a job if he can't hold down a conversation. He was stopped once when he was out driving the car by a cop. It's all very strange. But nothing he has said changes the fact that Crazy Janie is crazy. However, I do kind of get now why HPD were not jumping over the table trying to arrest Janie. Don't get me wrong, I still think in the long run they'll get something, that they'll probably get her on fraud charges. But is there abuse of Rudy? And was he manipulated into the situation? Yeah, I think so. But I also think they don't have enough in what Rudy has said to them so far. Is Rudy still protecting Janie? Probably. Crazy Janie has threatened to top herself if she's arrested, and Rudy is aware of that. So she's still manipulating him in a way, really. He doesn't want anything to do with her, but I'm pretty sure he also doesn't want her to top herself. With regards to Quanalex, I don't want to go into that stuff. If true, I do not think Rudy wanted this out there. I mentioned that in a video the other day. Rudy was moaning about the media running away with things, but this is all on Quanell for that. He was the one blasting all that stuff out there. I hope he gets some help. I hope he needs time and some good people around him. I hope he gets sober and just has an honest, truthful conversation with the HPD about what happened. Whatever the truth is. They're not going to charge Rudy here, I think, for anything. And because of that, there may be charges for Janie that they won't bring up, because if they did, they'd also have to charge Rudy. But I think in the long run, they'll get something that won't involve charging Rudy. They can just charge Janie separately. Fraud, probably. Crazy Janie, by the way, is after filing a police report against Grizzy Hood News. She's a lunatic. Imagine having the neck to file a false missing persons report for 8 years, getting caught red-handed, and then a week later you're back in the station filing more reports. Like, forget about it. Good luck with that, Janie. I don't think Grizzy is going to be losing much sleep over that one anyway. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about Rudy in the interview and where we go from here. Good luck. God bless. I hope everyone has a nice day.